man. Why must I chase the cat?
Good evening and welcome to Posse Presents. This is August 16th, which is a very special day. My little 2-year-old niece. Huh? Okay. That would be good. See, I'm sitting here BSing. Nice job. All right, it's August 16th, and it's a very special day. It's my niece Parker's birthday. And if we can bring her little pictures up there, Zach and Rachel, please. Hello, there we go. Oops. We've still got like some technical issues here. We're training somebody. Huh? Yeah, this is real good. Okay, and 3, 2, 1, there we go. All right, Zach's taking the blame. He's throwing himself under the bus, so to protect the new girl, that's okay. Bear with us, folks. I mean, it's live TV. It's what happens. And why wouldn't it happen when I have like a guest in the studio and stuff? Why not? Anyway, so it's Parker's birthday, and that was the picture that was posted this morning on Facebook by her mom, who is my best friend, Sarah. Little Princess Parker. Let's get the other picture of her up, please. She's just the most beautiful little girl, I swear to you, ever. And so I just want to say happy birthday, Parker. When, you know, you're older and I'm not still doing this TV show, maybe, I don't know. You'll be able to look back on YouTube and say, that was me. But anyway, happy birthday, Parker. I loved coming to your party today. I hope you love all your gifts that you got. And can't wait to see you again. This kid is just too gorgeous. I could look at her forever. She's beautiful. Anyway, all right. I will take the camera back for a moment, please. And barring any other unforeseen incidences, we will continue with the show as normal. Although what's normal, I don't know. All right. I don't know how many of you may or may not have been following the story of Hope, who is a little dog who is now with Waterford East Lyme Animal Control. Hope is a senior Chihuahua, and she was left tied outside of the pound, basically in the middle of the night, I'm sure, by a coward. And she wasn't in great shape when they took her in, when they found her in the morning. And, you know, not for nothing, folks, think about the dangers of doing something like that. Any animal is at risk, tied outside at night like that, but a little tiny one is like prey for so many other creatures that stalk the night. So really, you're not right for doing something like that. Let's just put it that way. But anyway, Hope wasn't in great shape. She had overgrown nails. At first, she seemed blind, lame, and incontinent. And, you know, it was really disturbing, especially to leave a dog in that kind of condition to fend for herself outside in the night. I mean, it's just wrong. She couldn't be handled. She would try to bite, and she really seemed to be suffering. The ACO posted about Hope and said that he thought, you know, she would have to make it through the stray hold, which is like, I don't know, 7-8 days, suffering the way she was, only to be put down to be kind to her. And, you know, a lot of people posted about that, and they begged for a chance for her. And let's get the pictures up of Hope, the very first one. You know, the ACO did take it to heart. This was Hope when she was first taken into the shelter. You know, again, they thought she was blind. They thought she was lame. They thought she was incontinent. Really, really awful thing to have to deal with. Biting when they tried to handle her. You know, just where do you go with that? And I get it, but you have to figure there was underlying problems. And, you know, they started by cutting her nails. They were actually embedded in her paws. And once they did that, it made the world of difference. She's kind of like a new dog now. Let's get the next picture up. they wrapped her up in a towel, and, you know, you could see the gloves, the whole bit. You know, they restrained her as kindly as they could to cut her nails. Let's get the next picture. And this is her afterwards, already looking happier, and I give props to the ACO, because like I said, you know, his first thoughts were this poor dog was going to have to wait out the hold and, you know, be put down. But there he is, you know, gave her the chance, took everybody's pleas to heart, and there's Hope looking a whole lot different. Let's get the next picture. Those are the nails they cut off of her. If you could only imagine, like I said, embedded in her paws. I mean, there were the pictures. If you want to go see, you can look on their Facebook page, Waterford Lyme Animal Control. They're just, they showed how they were, her little paws were bloody, and, you know, of course she seemed lame. Of course she seemed like she was incontinent because it hurt her to move to try to go. How does a dog function like that? And this is how you leave her outside. I mean, you couldn't, this was your dog, and you couldn't deal with doing the right thing. I mean, those nails didn't grow like that overnight by any stretch of the imagination. So the next thing they did was they gave her a bath. So let's have there she goes. So you can see she's just the littlest, tiniest thing. And it seems like she's already smiling in that picture because she must have felt really good at that point. And let's get the next picture. There she is on her way to the vet, I believe, looking like a whole new dog. You know, it's amazing what a little TLC can do. And contrary to the thoughts that were circulating in the beginning, Hope is actually available for adoption. And she's younger than they originally thought. They thought she was like, you know, 12 or 14. But now that she's cleaned up and feeling better, she's been to the vet as well, they actually think she's 8 to 10, which isn't, you know, I mean, she's older, but she's not ancient. Fortunately, they had an angel sponsor her, and they did a senior blood panel, and her blood work shows that she's heartworm negative, which is a beautiful thing. Her liver and kidneys are functioning normal, which is another beautiful thing, especially at that age. Monday, she's going to be spayed and have a dental. So she really is pretty much almost all set to go home. And she really would probably do best in a quiet home with senior experience, to a place that can give her lots of love, because she certainly deserves it. Who knows what kind of treatment she was getting wherever she was before she was tied outside the shelter by a coward in the middle of the night. She needs love. And, you know, like I said, props to the ACO, because he decided to take a chance on her and, you know, show her the compassion that clearly she hasn't had in a long time. And, you know, now she can have her little fairy tale ending. So, by all means, please, if you're interested, reach out. And the number is 860-739-4637. Once again, that's 860-739-4637. Can we scroll through those pictures one more time, please? And, you know, unfortunately, for all the people who did speak up when Hope first came in, and there was speculation as to what would happen to her, a lot of people made a lot of noise, but I read today that there's only been like one application put in on her. So people, put your proverbial money where your mouth is, and you know, if you've got interest and if you can give this little girl a home, she's going to want for nothing pretty much. And, you know, you just know that you're getting involved with a senior, and seniors have special needs. You know, like I said, at the very least, she's going to need a quiet home and without like lots of little kids running around and driving her crazy, because that's just the name of that game. And, you know, she's going to make a wonderful companion for who knows how long, as long as she stays in good health. So that's Hope's story. And she is. She's adorable. She looks like just a little angel. I want to scoop her up and love her. Yeah, why wouldn't somebody want her? You know, and like I said, she's still available. There's only been one application turned in, so step up, people, and don't make this all for nothing. I mean, this little girl, she's just a little spitfire. And you can see, if you go onto their Facebook page, they took a little video of her, and you could see her running around outside with the ACO when he's petting her and everything. So, you know, all her problems stemmed from being miserable. And that's what happens with people too. So anyway, that's Hope. And I will take the camera back for a hot second. And, you know, if you have a heart for seniors, we do have another one in the Oxford Animal Shelter. And can I get the picture of Hannah up, please? There's little Hannah, 12 to 14-year-old Boston Terrier. She came in as a stray, poor little girl. She wasn't in the best shape either. You know, she had missing patches of hair, I think I read, and fleas, and, you know, just like dry skin and just a real mess. But, you know, they gave her a bath, they gave her some TLC, they took her to the vet. Unfortunately, they do say that she has the beginning stages of heart failure, which, you know, has to be monitored, but it's not immediately the end of the world, so to speak. Her liver is enlarged, and, you know, that speaks for itself. There may be some underlying health problems, but she certainly deserves someone to take her in and love her and care for her in her golden years and provide for her as well. They do say that she has no cataracts, but she has a little bit of a depth perception issue. Apparently the poor little thing falls off of sidewalks and into holes, so she's not really seeing, you know, very clearly what's ahead of her or what's around her. But, you know, that's what a loving human guiding her and not letting her get into mischief is for. So that's Hannah, and she is spayed already and ready to go home. And, you know, like I say, she needs a special someone to love her. So if you are interested in Hannah, you can contact the Oxford Animal Shelter, and the number there is 203-881-3653. Once again, that's 881-3653, area code 203. And our next dog, if you would like to bring her up, is Miss Piggy. She is at Meriden Animal Control. It's never good when I hear Zach in the control room going, Zach, stop it. So anyway, Miss Piggy, Meriden Animal Control. She needs to be an only dog, and she will entertain you and steal your heart. She's got the sweetest little face. I can kind of see why they might have called her Miss Piggy, but we'll leave that alone. You can read some of her information right there on the little critter card. But Miss Piggy does need to be an only dog. And, you know, that's another, again, like I always say, that's a niche adoption. You know, there's people out there who maybe have just lost a dog and it was their only dog, and, you know, have that kind of home where one dog will fit in just fine. And she needs that. So if you are interested in Miss Piggy and that sweet pitty smile of hers, the number to call is 203-235-4179. Once again, that's 203-235-4179. And I will take the camera back momentarily. Now, New London is a shelter that only fairly recently adopted a time limit policy. Unfortunately, you know, it makes it very difficult sometimes to get dogs out under the wire. As anybody who follows the City of Hartford Animal Shelter knows, when you have a timeline, you got to get them out or it's not good. It doesn't end well for the dog. So New London has a couple of urgent actually for tomorrow, which kind of complicates things a little bit too because it's Sunday. But anyway, these two only have until tomorrow. From what I read, I think they've been extended and, you know, they've been trying, but there's been no interest. And when there's no interest, it's a very, very dangerous situation. So if we can get the picture of Wyatt up, let's say hello to Wyatt. He is gorgeous. He is just stunning with a beautiful smile. Don't let tomorrow be his last day on earth. These two dogs literally have only hours left, folks. Wyatt is a year old. He's about 70 pounds. He loves to play with rope toys. He's interested in cats, but not in a bad way. I believe the way that they described it on Facebook, and not in an I want to eat you kind of way, but interested. And you know that you just redirect them, and it's fine. Just keep the cats like in a separate room for a while. You know, manage it. If you need advice, there's plenty out there. But he would do well with another dog, and I love his face. He is just awesome, just awesome. Anyway, it also says, I believe, oh no, that's the other one. Oh, I'm doing great tonight. All right, let's get the next dog up, who is Bella. Bella is another beauty. She's happy, she's playful, she's active. She loves water. She'd be good with other dogs. No cats for Hannah, though. She is 18 months old. She weighs about 60 pounds. And I love her crooked ears. And she's another one with a happy, pity smile. You know, you just gotta love the pity smiles. I'm sorry. Doesn't matter to me what anybody else says. There's nothing like a pity smile. So, Wyatt and Bella, like I said, no interest, literally hours left in their little timeline. Don't let it be the end for them, please. If you can take either one of these beautiful dogs into your home, it would be truly a lifesaver. And the number for New London is 860-447-5231. Once again, that's 860-447-5231. Now, I'm also told that New Britain Animal Control, I'll take the camera back. New Britain Animal Control is filling up, and they need some adoptions, or they're going to have trouble there. Didn't have a chance to load all of those dogs, but there are several going around that really need to get out. So if you are on the market for a dog and you want to save a life, by all means check out New Britain, because, well, it's New Britain and there's a history there, and those dogs need to be saved too. Once they get full, it gets really, really dangerous. One more dog that I think is absolutely stunning. Can we see Patrick from Farmington? Look at that face. He is just gorgeous. The most piercing eyes, the most beautiful smile there. He is in Farmington, and he has been waiting for 6 months to find a home. 6 months is such a long time when you are in a kennel day after day after day. This poor boy just wants a home. He wants a couch to crash on. He wants a person to call his own, someone to love him. He's obviously a hunk. He's the sweetest little boy. He loves to play fetch. He's about 1 year old. He's microchipped. He's already neutered, up to date on his shots, and he is heartworm negative. So really, he's the complete package there. Good to go. I can't stop looking at him. I mean, I know like sometimes the photography enhances it, but he is just stunning. So Patrick at Farmington Animal Control, and the number is 860-693-4658. Once again, that's 860-693-4658. And I will take the camera back, please. And the last thing, I guess it's the last thing I will talk about tonight, is a project called I Am the Majority. Now, I Am the Majority is something that they did before, and it was a pretty good success. They're doing it again. And I Am the Majority is a project that wants to take pictures of people with their pit bulls, showing that pit bull owners are everyday people. So they have a place where a website you can go to and download on an 8.5 by 11 piece of paper. It says, I am a, and you fill in the blank. Are you a mother, a father, a doctor, a lawyer, an Indian chief, whatever you are, you know, brother, sister, rescuer, whatever. And I am a pit bull dog owner. I am the majority. So you take your picture and you can send it in. There's information both, there's two events created on Facebook, and I'll talk about those in a second. But there's also an article I did in my column which puts all the information all together. You can either send in the information, like I said, to this email address, which I will give you, your pictures. You know, some dogs may not want to go to this mass photo shoot, which is okay, or you may not be able to make it, or you may not live close by. So you can download the thing, take your picture, send it in, or you can attend the photo shoots, which is probably a really cool thing because, you know, you get all the pit bull people together and all the dogs, and it's great. However, if you're going to go to either of the events, your dog needs to be up to date on a rabies shot and has to stay on a leash at all times. That's just common sense. And really, folks, if your dog's not a dog that needs to be out in public, some of us have them, some of us don't, just send in your picture. But anyway, I Am the Majority is doing 2 shoots. One will be on September 27th, and the other one will be on October 4th. So one of them is at Ledyard Animal Control, and the other one is in East Granby, or East Granby, Granville, something, I don't know. I'm bad with geography, okay, sue me. All the information is online. If you type into your search in Facebook, I Am the Majority, both photo shoots will come up. It's sponsored by the Animal Farm Foundation and Ledyard Chain. I think it's really cool. What they did last year was they took all the pictures that they got and they did a slideshow of it, and they played music, and you really got to see all of these people and their pit bulls, and they're all holding up the sign. And if you have multiple people in the picture, they can all hold up their signs of who they are. If you have multiple dogs, you can do it all together. I love stuff like that. I can't help myself. It's just like, you know, give me something to do with pit bulls, and I'm so happy it hurts. Oh wait, look, she's wearing a pit bull shirt too. Isn't that a coincidence? But neither here nor there. If you want more information or you want to submit your picture, Ledyard Chain, LedyardChain @gmail.com. Once again, that's Ledyard Chain, LedyardChain @gmail.com. And I'm sure I'll talk about this a little more down the road. I did ask, never got a response, but that's okay. If they wanted to come on and talk about it, so I may still be able to get like the whole backstory on how that all came about, which would be really cool. But really and truly, stuff like that to me is so much fun, and it does. Pit bulls. So many people want to start about them, and I'll tell you, just the other day at work, someone decided to start with me, and it wasn't like, not, if you're gonna jump in on a conversation, first of all, mind your business, and second of all, if you're gonna jump in on a conversation that didn't include you and start trashing pit bulls, mind your business, and third of all, just mind your business. Don't jump in on a conversation with me, at least, and start telling me all about how rotten pit bulls are, because that's not going to fly. You know, this was a person at work who I don't work with that often, but my hours were all over the map this week. And so, yeah, go ahead, jump in a conversation that, you know, got nothing to do with you. Start trashing pit bulls. Don't think that I don't know that I'm going to be seeing you again in a few days. And what do you think I wore to work that day? Yep, Speedo's pointing at me. Yep, I wore this shirt. You know I did. And I didn't say a word. But, you know, you can be very sure that, you know, when I saw her, I was like busy tucking my shirt in, you know, try to draw attention to it, whatever. Because I'm just, you know, that kind of person. Don't do it. Just don't do it. Anyway, how long we got there, Zach? Huh? You know, he knows how to talk loud when I don't need him to. And he just, you know, wants to mumble when I really need him. Let's run through some of the adoptables again if we can. And just remember that these dogs all need homes. We've got Hope and her little story. And really, if you get the chance, go watch her video. You would never imagine that she's the same. I love her in the little tub. That's hilarious. She's a little tiny thing. I think they said she's like 6 pounds or 8 pounds or something. She's tiny. And there's Hannah, who's another senior. And there's Wyatt. My God, I love that dog. And Bella. And Miss Piggy. And Patrick. And don't forget that the New London dogs only have until tomorrow, folks. That's like no joke. My only hope is that, there was a water main break in New London, and I know the shelter didn't have water. So I'm hoping that, like, maybe, just maybe, that might give them, another chance. I don't know. Or just a little more time. But really, at the end of the day, none of these dogs deserve to die. And you've got Hope and Hannah, who are seniors and waiting for, their fairy tale ending. You've got Wyatt and Bella, who are, desperate. You've got Patrick, who has been waiting for 6 months, and he is just gorgeous. All these dogs all deserve a second chance. You've got New Britain filling up, and, I always say how summertime is the slow time of year, and it is. We're going to be heading into back to school season. People aren't going to be thinking about dogs. Do it before school starts and save a life, because these dogs count on all of us. If you can't save a life, go to Posse Presents, share the information, do something to help, because if you don't, you never know. You never know who's going to see your share. And as annoyed as you can all get at people who do share these dogs, it works. So, give it a shot, share, tell your friends, tell your neighbors, save a life. And I know Nate's in there, so what do we got? All right, roll it. And so once again, until next week, I will say peace, love, and dogs. And happy birthday, Parker. I had to throw that in one more time. Still soaking wet and covered in frosting.